Hello and welcome to your reading for the All Around the Board General Tarot and Oracle reading. This is a YouTube reading, clearly. If you guys are watching, this is the YouTube reading. For those of you whom did not purchase this reading, I still have 50% off using coupon code SPIRIT 44. And for the person who purchased this reading, this is a client reading. I'm so very sorry for the delay. By now you should have your package because I mailed it out during the weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get started with your reading. The names of the cards that I'm using are going to be listed in the description box, and so is all of the rest of my information. You did not list a question at all, so let's get started. And this is totally and completely confidential. I don't mention names of a client, etc., etc. So let's get started here. And this specific deck I do not read reversals with, so let's see. I don't know why these cards are not happy right now. Alright, so let me shuffle them a little bit more. Let me place these cards on the mat. You probably won't be able to see all of the cards, but I will flash them on the screen. Okay. So I pulled two cards for where you are right now, and where you are right now is the Ten of Swords together with the Death card. I see you very confident. That's number one. I feel like you're a very confident person, even though you might not think that you're confident, but I see you very confident behind the facade of perhaps a shy person or someone who's an introvert. You have the strength of a bull. Why? Because you took the determination to take it upon yourself to not allow your past, to not allow other people, places, or things to dictate what you want to do in your life anymore. I do have like rose quartz, even though I almost always have rose quartz around me, but just so you know, this is a crystal that I use not just for love, but also for self-love, concentration, and for dreaming and travel, like astral projection. I put this under my bed, sometimes under my pillow, just so you know. And back to the reading. I feel like you needed to hear that. Maybe you need to purchase a rose quartz from someone. This one is a rough rose quartz. But I do feel like you are also breaking barriers. You're casting spells on bindings that were around you. Not necessarily bindings from like an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend or ex-partner, but or perhaps a friend, etc., etc. I feel like these are bindings that were around you from spirits that sometimes want to hurt people. Sometimes we are born with not just spirit guides, but we're also born with entities that want to see us harm ourselves, kill ourselves, depression, see us take antidepressants, and I feel like you're taking a stand towards that, is where you are at this very moment in time. For health, I see the Three of Cups. It's right here. And the High Priestess. What I'm getting from these two cards, I don't know why the pneumonia popped up. So maybe you are either using the AC in the middle of the night, or you're sweating too much, or maybe there's a combination of things that you're not using properly. Like, for example, this is the example that I'm getting. If you're in a very cold weather and you decide that you're going to go out without a jacket, that might cause something. So try to protect yourself, your outer layers. I feel like you're a person who feels the cold a lot. Like, you not only enjoy the cold, but you feel it like under your bones. So that's something to look at and take care of. I also feel like your sacral chakra and your root chakra, there's like magic being created. There's some type of like alchemy being created. I'm not quite sure if you're pregnant, or if you're trying to be pregnant, or if you're trying to attract a partner that can help you get pregnant. But I feel like in the next couple of months, whatever's going on with that section or your bottom area, it's gonna get cleared. And I'm not to say that you might have an infection, but it's something that's like, it's more spiritual than anything else. I feel like what is happening around you is more spiritual. It's more the thought or the feeling than the actual physical manifestation of something, even though your physical body feels what your spirit is vibrating off of. But for the most part, because the Three of Cups and the High Priestess came together, it just lets me know that you're, for the most part, a very healthy person. You don't really get sick much, but you should try to take care of preventing a cold from happening. Because I feel like the next time that you get a cold, or the next time you are cold, it's probably gonna be worse than other colds that you've had before, if any. For your love, you have the Moon and the Three of Swords. Now, like I said, I don't read these cards. This is the Dragon Tarot with the Imperial Dragon Oracle, which I use together. I feel like the Moon card, did I say this is with the Three of Swords? I feel like with the Moon card, this, if I read the cards reversed, this Moon card would have been reversed right now, because I feel like the deception is over. I feel like what you needed to know, you now know, and what you weren't able to see is now seen. What is in the shadow, you see is in the shadow. What is in the light, you know it's in the light. I also feel like this deception has been going on for maybe approximately like 3 years. Not just possibly with one specific person, but just in general, in your love life in general. It's been just deceptions after deception, and loneliness as well, I see. But you're not planning to take that anymore, because I'm focusing on the lobster here, or in this deck it's a lobster. Well, it looks like a lobster to me. Sometimes it comes out, the decks use a crab as opposed to a lobster, but I feel like you're gonna nip the depression, loneliness, sorrow. You're gonna just nip it all in the butt, because you're not planning to take it anymore. You're just taking a stand for yourself, like I said, with the energy of death. Now you have career and finances. You have the Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands. And what I'm getting from this is that you're looking for a promotion of some sort, because I feel like the job that you're in or the environment that you're in, people just go at each other's throats a lot. And not only that, you go at yourself a lot. Because the Knight of Swords also represents the mind or the psychic. Your psychic powers. I feel like you need to harness your psychic powers and maybe read up on books or try to meditate a little bit more, or like I said, you can use like I said, you can use crystals to know yourself a little bit more. I know this is career and finances, but I feel like once you know yourself more opportunities will walk through the door, where it's not just something that you want to do for yourself, but it's also something that you feel comfortable. It's a better environment in its totality. I also feel like with the Five of Wands, this little like shy energy over people that are just dumb. I feel like the people that are either in your job or around you, they're just dumb. Like, I don't like to insult people like that, but it just, they're like, you know your job more than what they know, what they're supposed to know their job, and you know more than they do. And so I feel like this environment is making you feel like you're the one that doesn't know what you're doing, or they attempt to make you feel like you're not up to par, or know enough of your job, but that's not true at all. I also see like a yin and yang energy here in your career and finances. I feel like once you have the courage to either ask for a promotion or get a job to promote yourself outside of the situation of the Five of Wands and the nagging that's going on around you, it's going to be like day and night. Like right now, the perception is complete darkness, nighttime, depression at work. And then once you get your new job, it's going to be like the sun has come out. Because it's going to be exactly what you want. It'll probably happen within like 2 or 3 months. More 3 months than 2, I feel. And then I feel like once you either leave the position that you're in or get this new job, you're going to look back and all those people that were trying to make your life a living square at your job, they're going to be going through hell and back, is what I see. And also the High Priestess on top of the Five of Wands lets me know that you should follow your intuition as to whom to trust and whom to not trust around you. Just trying to get the overall tune here, because I'm getting like, I feel like maybe sometime next year or maybe in the next 2 years you'll probably like get pregnant if you're not pregnant now. So you kind of have to be careful whom you have an alchemical marriage with, because having a child is an alchemical marriage, because you just put your DNA and this person will put their DNA and create something. Even if you adopt, the child is still an alchemical marriage, because you guys are molding this child into someone that can go out into society and provide whatever society needs at the moment. As the 2 outcome cards, you have the 8 of Cups and the 4 of Coins. And again, I feel like you're not shy anymore. You're not planning to hold back. I feel like you're one to, the perception that people get from you is somebody that can go out there and like get what they want, know what it is that they want, and like snap their fingers quickly. But I don't think that's who you really are or who you feel like you are. But they're going to see that person, the world is going to see that person who knows what they want and is not going to hold back anymore. I also feel like once you step into a new relationship, because of your past experiences with the moon and the 8 of Cups, the the 3 of Swords on top of the 4 of Pentacles lets me know that you might hold back towards someone new, and you might be a little bit more thoughtful and a little bit less naive as to what you provide in the relationship, whether that be emotions, monetary, your thoughts, anything. If you think something, you're not going to just go ahead and run and tell your partner anymore. If you're going to keep more things to yourself, because you don't know what that person has to bring to the table. But as an outcome, with the 8 of Cups, the 4 of Coins, and the 3 of Swords, what this is telling me is that holding too much for yourself with the energy of the 4 of Coins, what has to do with your heart and relationships and your expectations, hold back about your past, but not about your expectations. You need to, well, the suggestion is you can do as you will, but the card suggests that you should speak more about your expectations and less about your past. Because I feel like when you're talking too much, the other person is listening to you. I feel like this is what's happening to you in situations and relationships that you've been in. The other person's listening to you, you're not listening to you, and then you think it's like all good, everything's perfect, everything's going absolutely fine, and then this person ends up either hiding something from you, cheating, and then you end up being heartbroken at the end. With these 3 energies, 3 of Cups, the High Priestess, the Moon, and the 3 of Swords together. But I also feel like this, is like a new air to, like, this is where, whatever relationship you're in now, it's, I feel like it's not going to be the same energy as what you're doing now. I feel like the new relationship is going to put death to the Moon and the 3 of Swords. I feel like this person is probably going to be too blunt towards you. If you haven't met this person already, I feel like all these things and all these new chapters will probably come about within, like, from, like, after March. Or you'll see signs of them from January to March of next year. But it'll be death to the Moon. So all these secrets and hiding and, like, cheating and lying, it'll be death to that. Now for love, for the overall oracle energy for love, you have the Destroyer. And this is kind of like the Tower card in the tarot deck. Don't be afraid of that, because the Tower just lets you know that you're now aware of what you want. And you know exactly where you're going. It's not going to be fake anymore. And that's what I feel also with the Death card and the Destroyer card coming up at the same time. It's not going to be the same nonsense. You're not going to be dating the same person with a different face, is what I'm trying to say. Then for your health, you have the Magus. And for your health, I'm being directed to also point out the number 1, which is like the Magician. So you have to put yourself first. Don't overdo it. Don't overextend yourself. Don't overdo anything. And that will keep a balance within your mind, body, and soul, as far as your health is concerned. For your career and finances, you have Mischief, which is the number 6. Here. And what I'm getting from this is that put yourself out there more. Put yourself out there more and more, Send out those letters. Send out thank you letters to employees or possible employers. And don't play by the rules is what I'm getting with this mischief card. Don't play by the rules. Meaning, be a go-getter. Go for it all. Don't think like, oh, well, everybody's doing this, and now I have to do that, and I have to do it the same way, and no. Try to do things different than what you've been doing them before, and what everybody else has been doing as well. I also feel like with the mischief card and this Five of Wands together, if somebody hasn't fired you because of someone else already, it might be something that's being planned out or in the air. So be careful of that. But if it does happen, the person that created the situation for you, because I don't think it's anything that you're doing, I think it's just a lot of jealousy and nagging around you, you will see them be messed the fuck up. I'm going to use my fortune cards as well in this for this reading, because I feel like, let's see, I feel like the Five of Wands and the Knight of Swords need Wands. And the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands, you have the lilies. It's just clarification for me. You have the ring, and you also have the sun. And as soon as I pull these cards out, what these cards are letting me know that as far as the career and finance area in your life, sometimes we look at things and we're like, okay, well, maybe that's going to cause a problem, or maybe that's a problem, or maybe that is a, this is something that's happening that shouldn't be happening and it's wrong. Just let the arguments happen. Let the shit hit the fan at work, okay? Because this is going to bring you luck, and it's going to bring you the opportunity to market yourself a little bit more, be authentic as well a little bit more. Not to say that you're fake or anything, but as opposed to just showing your softer side or your more gentle side, you take the bitch in you out. Let people see the bitch in you. Everyone has a bitch, even men. Catch a titty attack, an attitude. Let her out. Let that attitude out, because people need to see that about you. And I also feel like once you let these things happen and these arguments happen, I feel like you're going to get more offerings for better relationships that are going to bring you more success in the future. And as far as the energy of the Knight of Swords, you have the clasped hands, which again is talking about marketing, negotiating, friendships, the letter, and the children. So with the Knight of Swords, this tells me a couple of things here with these energies on top of the Knight of Swords. These things are telling me that once you start negotiating or putting your resume out there, you're going to get a correspondence from somebody or a possible employer that has the energy of the Knight of Swords. That may come off as somebody that runs their mouth and has an attitude problem and is easy to just go off and not think before they speak. But it's a blessing in disguise. I also am getting that you might work as a daycare or around kids or mentoring kids or tutoring kids in some way, shape, or form. And you might get news that you've got that job. I feel like it's something that has to do with children. And again, the children card came out because I really do feel like if you're not pregnant now, you're gonna get pregnant soon, and it's probably not going to be with anybody that you thought as well. So this concludes your all around the board reading. Again, I am so very, very sorry for the delay because I know you've purchased this maybe like a week ago, a week or so ago. Let me look at the calendar. Well, it's about to be a week ago. So I'm very sorry for the delay. I hope that you've received your packages already. I did add the tracking number, and I will send you this video or the link to this video as soon as it's uploaded. So many blessings and love to you. If you have any questions, you can email me, send me a message on Etsy, etc., etc. And that's it. And for those of you who would like to purchase the all around the board reading, you guys can do so on my Etsy shop. I have currently 50% off until January 4th. And yes, I'll probably do a New Year's sale, but it's not going to be 50%, that's for sure. So I will see you guys in the next video or the next reading. Blessings and love to everyone. Bye.